show them private. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, dude, and you got enough for an extra spot.
Okay.
Oh yeah, brother. Alright, so I'm sharing. Facebook,
I gotta find this.
friends, public.
Can you send me the link in Messenger too? I wanna share it with my that's probably bad. Yeah, bad idea.
Maybe pause. 3/4 pause.
I'd still send it to the,
Yeah.
burning group, or the Kentucky trip,
Yes.
otherwise I'm trying.
Alright, push it there. Give 2 more seconds. Yes.
I put a comment on my Facebook page, and then the link was there
Bourbon. Nerds. Bourbon bottle share. Yeah. I sent it out to all y'all. Alright, so that looks good. Well, we are just chilling out here in Kentucky. We're gonna get this bottle. We're gonna get this going. Alright. So, we're good to go. Just got the
too.
shadow.
Mine, that's me, everybody.
Alright.
I just gotta see how to share this.
Makes me feel like the preamble to something crazy. Ooh, that part there we go. Alright, we're gonna record.
How do I say that? Or share this. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. This is TG Fontaine. I have a hell of a story for you. The man, the myth, the legend of the American spirit. We got another bottle kill. This is your guy, Bourbon Ty. We've got some wonderful stories to tell you down in Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville, whatever, the Elville, Kentucky, the gateway to the wonderful bourbon country. Down here since Tuesday evening and having a good time. So, kind of a different introduction, but so we are going to do some introductions here.
Yeah, there's a camera right there, live.
Well, it's his bottle, he can do what he wants. Do it.
MC.
Maduro chocolate.
There you go.
Oh, you're waiting on for me? I
23 handy bottle kill right there.
I'm trying to speak into the mic. Maduro chocolate, anejo.
There we go.
Mr. Camtech.
Let's go, Josh.
This guy, Josh. So, different on set here. It's funny that Kings County is there, so it's great. Wisco Josh is a big part of this trip.
Yeah?
We gotta go a little bit back in time here, about 3 years. And this crazy guy was like, hey, I think this club's growing, but I don't want to do this bottle barrel by myself. So let's build out a consortium here. So let's pull this Wisco Bourbon Trail trip back a couple, 3 years and give that quick talk.
Yeah, we just took a group of us down here and you're talking about.
Yeah.
So, came down and we went to Prohibition Craft Spirits. Actually, all 4 of us.
Yeah. We
It was like
actually
7
were.
of us, right? 7 or 8 of us. Mr. Ball was also.
Only a day was,
And
But yeah, so we came down, we did that pick and, it was really cool. It's the first time we did like a consortium pick, so basically what that is, having several members that, came down, and helped us pick that barrel. And then this is actually right before Nulu was distributed in Wisconsin, so it actually kind of, that was not a good thing. That was to put it to a gift shop. But that being said, it's an amazing pick, and, there's not too many of those floating around anymore, is there?
No, I think I have, shoot, 3 or 4.
Only got
Three in here.
only got one.
Yeah, and I had, personally, I had 70 bottles of those, and then I ended up buying like 3 more cases back up, because I just ran out of them.
Yep.
So that being said, I think I have 2 left total,
Wow.
and, did not keep a 6-pack of those like I wanted to do with the other thing, so.
Yeah, I would drink it a lot more, but it's so unique and different, and like it's turned into very much a special bottle, or, you know, kind of that first barrel pick someone's ever like personally done, and you know, personal money into it, and that whole process. I think, and I know that little bit of investment was, you know, went a long way. First of all, it was building memories with friends and now family, because we're, you know, our brothers in the bottle, but, you know, it was a great time. We came down, kind of all met, didn't know exactly where to stay or what to do or anything, and I think, Mr. Peterson is down here double dipping with the volleyball, volleyball thing with his offspring, so it was a great way to get down here for a purpose, and then, you know, take on a barrel pick on the backside, and that pick, you know, it's gonna be hard to crack into that last bottle. It's just gonna be hard, because it's all those memories and reminisce, and, you know, it turns into a very sentimental bottle. So, you know, where are we at now? You wanna talk about last year, you wanna talk about this year?
Well, as far as Wisco, us being down here, we're very, fortunate to be able to do, 3 more barrel picks. We'll get to those a little bit later, but, I was able to keep it a secret for, at least one. Tyler was the only one that knew about
We're gonna have a story time.
yeah. So Tyler was the only one that knew about all 3, because he was driving us down here, so I had to have at least one person that was in on everything, but, we did get Mr. Cam Tech, we got him on one of them at least, so, I mean, he didn't know.
Got him!
And then got Dario on, doing them.
Yeah. So, last year, we chose just to come down and do a just come down and do a trail trip. Hopped into Airbnb, and this is where you guys see us now. Airbnb is nice, 5 or 6 bedroom, you know, we've got 14-ish people here right now,
Yep.
and, just a great time. Last year was a little bit of a bachelor party, you know, stag trip, a little men's trip. This year we've got a couple of the female genre with us, which is not a bad thing at all. And I think next year's gonna grow into something just a little bit different, and I think ultimately better. There's some good stuff going on.
And then we do gotta mention, obviously, Mr. Brian Duncan was, down here as well from, probably one of our biggest partnerships right now is Grainworks Old New up in, Neenah. If you haven't been there, amazing breading boutique, and they barrel heads, custom engraved things, barrels and barrel heads. Make a lot of, they have all kinds of stuff in that store. They sell, whiskey barrels as planters. They have an amazing bourbon selection, and probably most people's favorite thing is that, the prices are really, really, really good.
Yeah, he's remained super competitive for a
Yeah.
very long time, so that's always been a good thing.
So yeah, we partner up with them, because of course Wisco does not have a liquor license yet. But, that being said, you know, we partner up with, we try to couple dozen partnerships that, so we clear barrels through and do, all kinds of fun stuff too, so. We are gonna try to get, at least one of the master distillers, the picks that we, did down here this, past week, up in Wisconsin for the launches, so, those 3 barrel picks that we did will clear through, a lot of fun. Looking forward to when those come in too, so.
Yeah,
We, so, I guess, you know, a lot of people don't realize the entire process of a barrel pick, because it's not just, hey, I wanna buy a barrel of alcohol. There's a lot related to the logistics to even earning the ability to get into a manufacturer of your desired spec or your desired relationship, manufacturer, whatever brand. We start out as, you know, I think the best one, I think a lot of people relate to, like even Woodford Reserve. So a lot of times, Woodford Reserve, you have to go in, you have to do your standard pick, and if you don't have, or you haven't had an organization do that standard pick, you can't go into the double oak room. So, you know, just Starlight's another great distillery, great products, but you've gotta get their bourbon, you've gotta get their double oak before you can get in their honey rye, their cigar batch, their Emerald, and that kind of thing. So, you know, for us to be blessed to go do 3, Brian and Chad, they've been doing some just incredible things, which has been a great relationship builder, Wisco Bourbon and them together, but even Barrel Crew Podcast has been able to kind of sail in on the coattails sometimes and say, hey, we're doing something awesome, you should come up and hang out, and it's a little bit of a reach for us, because you're 2 hours from home, so, you know, thank God for phones and being able to communicate, but, you know, that business relationship 2 hours apart does a lot with that to begin with, so.
And I'm really fortunate too, because actually my mom and dad actually live only about 40 miles from where the Brainwork store is, so, it's pretty much right on my way up there, and on my way home, obviously, so, I stop in there all the time and dropping off merch and other such items that are for sale there too, so, launching a few other things coming up here in the near future too, so, but you can get our merchandise at Brainwork, we have our plans there. We're gonna be adding a couple more products to that, we're partnering with some other places and stuff, so.
Sure.
Excited about that. So yeah, coming back to the barrel picks and kind of how they work, like Tyler said, actually, there's a lot of different states that have different laws, but Wisconsin is what you call a 3-tiered state. What that means is the distillery or the whiskey companies, all whiskey companies don't have necessarily distilleries that have different source stuff. So what happens is you go and you try to go, sometimes it's only cycles. Once you decide on a barrel, what happens then is eventually that barrel gets stopped. Usually gets labeled with whatever you want to say on the label. Within reason, sometimes it's limitation, characters and such. But after that happens, they bottle it. Dump the entire barrel, all the picks we do are single barrel, and they dump them. And then what happens is that eventually gets shipped to Wisconsin to a distributor. And then what happens is that distributor lets you know when that's coming in. And then they can ship it over the day. So that's basically kind of how it works. So then our partners, we have various agreements and different things for each of our partnerships that we do. We come to some sort of agreement with stuff, and then our patrons and our friends are able to come to wherever our partnership is and grab the bottles. The last 2 that we did sold out very, very quickly. Our chicken cock that we did, about a month.
6 weeks.
Yeah. So that one we did, we partnered up actually with Richards Liquors. Zach is a great guy too, Mr. Coleman up in Wisconsin Rapids. So basically split that barrel in half, sent half of that up to there. We named it all 3 of them. We named the barrel with WI Collaboration, and then we had a separate sticker that we put on there with all 3 of our logos. So that was really cool to partner up with them. If you do want one of those, I think there's still a few up at Richards, but we are long gone on the grain. We sold that one very quickly. With our last 5, there may be a straggler remaining at still the other ones, so we're sold out too. So
Yeah, so go a little bit deeper with that chicken cock, so.
yeah, so that chicken cock that we did, that's a good segue. Yeah, so that chicken cock that we did with Mr. Greg Schneider, the master distiller of chicken cock, we picked that the first barrel, so yes, we picked the second one. That's one of the picks that we did down here. So Brian from Brainworks came down here. we all met at Bardstown Bourbon Company.
Shout out to Grand Works.
We should almost go in order though.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hit the chronology. Actually,
Yeah.
that segue was, some gentleman having to jump in the lake, fresh off the ice.
Oh, yeah, when we did that first bourbon thing, so.
Yeah, a little bit of a charity event.
Yeah, so $5, from each of those bottles sold went to special limits. So,
It's a good cause.
very, very happy that that happened, and then, whoever sold out first did not have to jump in, fresh off the, the ice had basically just gone away on
Yeah.
the lake that, Mr. Coleman had to jump into, so. That was really a funny,
It was a great video.
yeah, it was a funny video, so what's really cool is I think it has like 10,000 views, which is really good.
Yeah, that's huge.
That was my segue, that, selling some bourbon to do some good. That first barrel chicken cock got split 50-50, had a little bit of chases of the race, and, did some great good, and, ultimately, faithful patrons of, Grainworks were able to persevere and snatch up that bottle pretty quick. I'm super excited to talk about what we have to talk about today. It's even, 15 minutes of this little intro. I'm like chomping at the bit. You heard my little alter ego that I was named here this weekend of TG Fontaine. Experience.
A lot of
Very
came out for here.
charismatic individual. So it's kind of a fun time. So we, last year, so just like summarize last year's trip. Last year we left on Wednesday morning, probably got on the road finally by 9 o'clock. We spent almost a whole day in Indiana hunting, and I think we spent almost all of our money in Indiana before we even got down here. We were able to get a whole bunch of bottles. We killed a whole bunch of our, maybe brain cells, but it was more pocketbook. Killed some pocketbooks, knocking out some of our picks that we were looking for, and unique bottles that we were not usually able to find in Wisconsin, in the Wisco area. So we're now migrating to Wednesday night. We stayed the night in Bardstown. Thursday, Friday, Saturday we were here in Louisville. Us driving in, did not even realize they had this big event called Thunder over Louisville to kind of kick off the horse racing season and that whole realm. So it's actually it's crazy that we got an Airbnb for a relatively inexpensive price and all that kind of stuff, and then went and enjoyed and didn't do a barrel class, but now we're back here.
Oh, you didn't do one last year?
No barrel picks last year. So that brings us this year. On our way home from that trip last year, we're like, how can we make this better? How can we do something different? TG Fontaine got involved. So we said, all right, so let's think about leaving Tuesday after work or Tuesday morning even, and getting one more day wherever we want to get it. And the planning, I think, there's one person that owns his own business, Mr. Camtech, so he's like, yeah, I could just take the whole week off, not a big deal. All the rest of us have working lives, so, right?
We had no work at the shop. I'm sitting there twiddling my thumbs for a day and a
So
half.
you were ready to go.
I was anxious. I
And
just wanted to go.
to be fully transparent, I should not have ever gone to work that whole week, because my Monday was totally distracted. My Tuesday, I went in street clothes, the way you saw me pick you guys up, I went in street clothes and they all looked at me kind of weird. I was like, shh, I'm not here, leave me alone. I'm gonna get some stuff done, because I gotta get some stuff done, and then I'm rolling out.
Already gone.
Yeah,
What
I was already set up.
time did y'all roll out, Tuesday?
Shoot.
Just about 5.
Yeah, it was probably, I was probably here, I was 4:45, almost 5, probably 5:15. Chicago traffic really wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it
I
wasn't.
couldn't complain too much, like, yeah, there was a little stop and go, but we never like put the truck in park as a parking lot or anything,
Right.
so.
A little bit of rain on the way down.
Yep, a little bit of weather, got down to, Columbus area. And, that's like the gateway to Birdie country, so southern Indiana, getting ready to go, and, hopped in, so Wednesday morning on the break, we had, a little bit of hunting going on, a little bit of travel, and, before we realized that we're well on our way, so I was approached by Josh like, probably 6 weeks ago, he goes, I can't tell anybody. I was like, what? He's like, I feel like I have to tell someone, but you can't tell anybody.
I really would have liked to get that CKT, but I had
Right.
just, like, there was certain things that had to happen to get everything done.
Right,
so.
right.
I mean, you guys had me confused, the plan was to go D-line and
Yep.
you said they changed the plans like, and Ty's like, there's just no time. What do you mean there's no time? We left the day early, there's plenty of time.
We were gonna try to go to, like, Cincinnati or even, Covington, but, didn't make it out there.
So it'll happen, there's always more time, so we got into, Louisville, did a little run around, grabbed a little bit of lunch, and, hopped in and, yeah, hey, let's just go check out Peerless. And, the entire time, Josh's buddy Rich is supposed to be meeting us for lunch, and then his timeline gets pushed back, and then
But he doesn't get off work till Friday.
he doesn't get off work till Friday, you know, he's trying to make something work on Tuesday.
Oh, and they had Peerless Dose and wait for everybody too, you had to get there by 3:30.
Yeah, that was a lie.
Hey, the cool thing is we found Peerless Dose anyways, though, right?
We did, we found a couple bottles, yeah.
It was probably cheaper than the distillery.
Yeah.
So we rolled down, we see some Wisconsin license plates, one was Ryan's truck, a couple of cool barrels in the back, and you guys will see pictures of it later on.
You carried those barrels, didn't you?
No,
Yeah,
No, he
no,
didn't.
Brian brought it.
No,
Brian
but-
brought
No,
it.
you
Oh,
carried.
yeah, I threw one on my shoulder. So I jokingly took some pictures and said, hey, anything Peerless can, and anything you can carry, Peerless is willing to offload, so I threw that on my shoulder, and I was actually walking it in instead of out, a little satire there, but, beautiful barrel, beautifully varnished, cleaned up just a little bit, and then, Brian explained some of his processes, and when he lasers the barrel, he goes just high heat and slow. So usually those laserings go a little bit quicker than what you would expect, and he wants to get that deeper penetration into the barrel. And a lot of times people will, laser and then they'll spray paint and then they'll sand over the laser so that it's, you know, even more backlit. That's a little America.
America.
And we were able to, he was able to get this barrel lasered with Peerless and the logo. Beautiful.
And the really cool thing is we did not know this at the time that the owner actually was here too.
Yep.
Peerless.
Corky
Yeah.
Taylor.
Corky
Yeah.
Taylor? Okay.
Yeah, nice guy, very nice guy.
Super nice guy.
Nice guy.
Incredible experience.
Had,
You could sit there.
friends with Paul Horning and telling stories about the
That's right.
Packers.
That's
Yep,
right.
yep.
Friends with who?
Paul
Horny,
Horning,
he's an old Packer.
grew up with
He's
him.
not a Brown fan.
I don't care.
Oh, So, we allegedly had toasted for everybody, said, hey, we got something special for you guys, you need to show up. People showed up, running a little bit behind with the time change, and apparently one person
No,
in the
not-
truck decided to, stop at every liquor store on the way down, so,
Yep.
Get your butt down here.
So, we're waiting around, we're patiently there, and get to meet and hang out. It was a good time. So, we go through, quick tour, and then instead of going to the regular tasting room, we went into a private tasting area.
Oh, shit.
Alex actually laid it out pretty fun, because he's like, oh, you have such a big group, we're gonna bring you into this small group. I was like, because the tasting room's a big, beautiful room, and he goes, yeah, we're gonna do something special. We're actually gonna put the barrel. So, they had what, 4 offers, 3?
4 game.
But they also had the wet your whistle, small batch.
Small batch. But he did have it in the pick though.
You can't downplay that room though.
Yeah, it was a good time. So
Yeah, that room is amazing.
we went in, tasted,
Lit.
not overindulged, but just the cool thing with Peerless is it's a strictly sweet mash. So every single barrel is going to be distinctly different because there's fortunately a lack of consistency between their batches. So because they have so many barrels that they're laying down, they can create consistency through those barrels and keep that flavor profile for their small batch. But their single barrel program is so uniquely different. And that's why they have so many different single barrels and they only last a week or 2 weeks because it is so distinctly different. Price point wise, again, hard thing to do a Kentucky chew on as far as $120-ish, $120+ dollars. But ultimately, that is the only bottle you'll probably ever get of it. because it's a single barrel, they're gonna lay down 160 of them, they're gonna sell them, and they're gonna barrel something new and barrel something next.
Gotta pay to play.
So part of that here, I think between all of us, we probably have 20 different bottles of Peerless. And it's a distinctly different and distinctly delicious. I really started to enjoy their single barrel rye program that they got going on too. That's, never say you're a rye guy, but you see darkness in a bottle and you eat with your eyes to begin with.
Darkness!
Oh my gosh. And then the names like blueberry pastry, and you're like, how does a rye whiskey?
Root beer float.
Yeah, root beer float for the bourbon. I mean, there's
Raspberry.
mixed berries.
It was wild
Mixed
berries,
berries, wild berry pastry.
wild berry pastry.
So just the delicious, distinct differences between it, and you obviously you hear something, so you're gonna kind of get that taste kind of in your brain, but there is a creaminess pastry to it. There's a butteriness. There's there's that
That berry.
mouthfeel is just incredible. So it's just a fun deal. So shoot, we get down to Bardstown, hammer down some food, hit the good old Scotch Scholar.
Oh, yeah, we went to
Needed
Scotch
food.
Scholar, yeah.
Yeah, we needed food. We probably should have had food before we left Louisville, and then 45 minutes later, we're like eating everything in sight. It was delicious. They got us in and out. Scotch Scholar
Yeah.
accommodations.
Very,
Like,
yeah.
what, nine or 10 people, something like that. We had a couple rooms. And then we did a kind of Wisco bottle share on the back. They had a nice little patio.
Oh, we
And,
got back, yeah, when we got back.
Oh, back to the hotel.
Yeah.
back to the hotel.
Back to the hotel. I think I gave away like 10 cigars, I think.
Do we have that many people?
No, I just brought them in, just to try to show everybody's profile, you know.
I still got a couple I was carrying.
Well, you take them. I don't.
Make a bottle share, that's what it's about.
Yeah. Cigar share, bottle share.
Oh, he's out.
Oh, yes.
Get, hey, speak to the mic.
Closer.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, Thursday morning, not really a ton of a prerogative to do something. We did have a tour a little bit later in the afternoon. In between Peerless, the reason we were short on time is because we hammered out the BT right away.
Right.
So,
Was
we
that?
hit
was that
Buffalo
Thursday?
Trace and we were able to get Special Reserve as their,
No.
bottle.
No.
Not special.
No.
You
Not, not where you guys
weren't
were.
on it.
This was the day before.
Yeah, we went.
So,
So, what,
before the Peerless
Tuesday?
pick, we hit BT, and then we also hit Castle and Key, and they had a Restoration Rye distillery only single barrel.
Wait a minute, time out.
Completely slapped.
So today is Saturday.
They were here before.
Right. When did we hit Buffalo Trace? We went
Thursday.
yesterday and the day before. We went yesterday and the day before.
That was Thursday.
The first day we went,
Friday.
which was Wednesday. We went Wednesday.
No,
Thursday.
We didn't go
We
Wednesday?
had Thursday for Bland's, and
Okay.
yesterday for Eagle Rare.
Listen, it's been a blur. It's been a lot of drinking this weekend. I'm doing
No.
a 48-hour detox starting
What
tomorrow.
gave it away?
48-hour detox starting tomorrow.
after your morning coffee though.
After your morning coffee with Buffalo Trace.
Bourbon cream doesn't count.
It says I'm determined to do it.
You've seen my post before.
Guys, I have to with
Nothing.
I've been drinking all.
The
I've
best
been
part of
drinking all
waking up is bourbon in your cup.
Well, how did I come downstairs yesterday? With Glen Cairn.
With,
Yeah.
at 6:45.
Yeah, he came wandering down the stairs and Glenn already to the hips and you're ready to go as soon
Also,
as the.
was it Glenn of Thomas Andy, right?
Yeah,
So,
I couldn't finish that the one night. It was just-
What?
I might have poured him heavy.
Oh, he got an ultra
He
pro
poured me like an ultra pro pour, and I was like, thank you so much because it's delicious, but it took me a day and a half to finish it.
Tyler,
We were also out drinking the whole
Tyler was
time.
of course in the kitchen doing work, you know.
Yes, he was. Man, first of all, hey, great
Chef
job.
Tyler, Chef Tyler.
Great job. Great job. I mean, he put it
Sous
down.
Chef Joe.
He put it
No,
down.
I was not the sous chef.
Sous chef. Sous
Sous
chef.
chef
Josh.
And
Josh.
Rich helped out.
Even though I can't
Oh, there-
say what Josh said to me, what kind of sous chef he was, I just
Correct. Don't do
I just looked at him like, bruh.
And on third.
I've never seen him cook
Wednesday
or
night.
prep.
Was it Wednesday night or Thursday? There were like 6 people in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a nice setup here,
Oh,
I know you
man.
can't see behind us, but it's basically, you know, where we're sitting, it's like a kind of like a formal dining room, right? And then
Yeah.
the kitchen, it's got a big hood in the middle, and then it's got, the stove in the middle, and then a bunch of, probably granite countertop or marble.
Yeah. No, the question is, the question, fellas,
Look,
is how many bottles are around this house and in our vehicles?
Wait,
Uh,
I have an announcement to make. Bourbon infused, salted covered pretzels.
So is that,
okay.
I thought that was something else.
Anthony brought it to my attention. I just,
It was an accident.
you know, there's a lot of bourbon infused cigars and you name it, so.
Yeah, I bought some today.
That's what fell into the bourbon.
You know,
We get it though.
I gotta smoke one of those because I just hope to God that it's not a gimmick and I'm gonna be like, I'm pissed. You know, me being around
The Four
cigars.
Roses?
Do you want me to say some words?
You can say some words.
You're gonna be pissed.
Why didn't you stop me when I was in
I
humidor?
had an EHT the other day and it was
Trash.
But it was, yeah,
Trash. It was mad. It was mad.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to one of our bourbon buddies, Donnie. He gave me a Colonel E.H. Taylor cigar. Gordo Toro.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Yes.
we get into bourbon country. We shot out to BT just to hang out in Frankfurt for a little bit because I knew it was only 45 minutes. Spent about probably 45 minutes at BT. Hammered over to Castle and Key. Had a couple craft cocktails. If you guys have never been to Castle and Key, it's absolutely beautiful. Brownies.
We went yesterday, and it seemed, and I didn't get to talk to you about it because you drove us, even though you drove us down the back road. There was only one lane and big ass circle.
Wait a second. Wait,
Right.
Ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding.
He took us the back way.
We go down
We
there.
went the back way. We went the back way, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? You know, so when I got there, I love the facility, the distillery, how it looks with the castle. I love it. But when I got inside, you know, looking around, and I was like, man, like they really, you know, I know it's bourbon drinkers, but you know, you see like, you know, T-shirts and stuff like that. But
Yeah, but that's our
a
gift shop.
lot, but and it was so the gift shop. I feel like, and I'm not being sexist or anything, but I felt like it catered to a lot to women. So I asked them.
More than that from sales is going on.
Well, okay, and that's what I'm talking about, and I got that from the documentary. Neat.
She may have left.
She did leave, because I asked the cashier. I'm
Can you
like,
find out where she went to?
that she went to Kings County. She did it Kings
Oh,
County.
Kings County.
Yeah, she did the Kings County. Anthony, I think he's stalking her. He probably knows where she is.
What's
we
the
just
last
killed
GPS
a lot.
location?
Mary
Oh,
Louise.
the Kings County just was killed.
No, that's.
Or is that earlier?
A little bit earlier.
Alright.
But, you know, walking through and looking through, I really enjoyed it. Beautiful facility, the brick
Ring
houses.
the bell.
You already did.
You know, they had old school brick houses that was
Bell
really,
rung.
they looked really ran down, but they still used them. So,
Very
You
much,
know-
very much in use.
we had like maybe 15 minutes the time there, and I was talking to, you know, we talked to a gentleman there, and then I talked to the cashier who rung me up, and I was like, you know, I feel like the gift shop, they catered a lot to ladies, and that's fine. I mean, that's fine, because you down here, I see that there's a lot of women involved with getting into bourbon, and I remember watching that documentary that I felt what's that lady's name again? The lady who works for Castle, the master distiller, with the blonde hair.
Yeah, I can't remember.
He knows, the one you're stalking.
Marion Eves?
What's her name?
Marion Eves?
Marion?
Eves.
Yeah.
Marion Eves, shout out to Marion Eves, we gotta get you on the show one of these days. But, you know, the gift shop, I feel like it catered a lot to women, and that's fine, nothing wrong with that. Because that way, when you're a guy and you have your lady with you on, you know, on a bourbon trip, you take her with you, like, oh, there's a nice Campbell jacket for you right there, and with some crazy looking things, or there's there's a purse with cow fur on it, or, you know, you got candles or whatever it is over there. I mean, it was very interesting, and that, you know, and I know when they come back, I will do a tour there just to see, because their operation, the facility is huge, not as huge as some of the other facilities that we but I wanna get, yes, it's gorgeous. It is along the river, right? It's
Yeah,
along the river.
little
We
creek,
didn't get down there. I just want to see their process of what they're producing and how they're producing it.
Yeah, they got incredible craft cocktails they do for
Well,
walk in there.
and we had a little more time there than you guys did, obviously.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, we didn't really hang out in the shop too much, but we did hang by that waterfall and all that.
Okay.
And we brought the drinks out there, and it was so like, what, 75?
All that.
Yeah.
So it was.
So, with that distillery, because on the castle, is the old
Old Taylor.
Taylor.
Old
So,
Taylor.
and I was asking, is that the old E.H. Taylor?
No, I think it's different, right?
What did that guy, me and old man Dan talked with him, and I can't remember what he
It's
said.
not EA.
It's not
It's the
EH.
old, it's the old Taylor distillery.
Old
Yeah,
Taylor
no,
Distillery.
no relation, right?
It's not Colonel E.H. Taylor.
Correct.
It's another Taylor, just like there's another bean out there. Correct. At one point in time,
Well, and-
at one point in time, you know, just about every distillery had a bean working as the master distiller. So, yeah, so we had a great time. We, floated out to that Frankfurt area, did that Peerless Pit, hammered down to Bardstown, saw some military jets as they were coming in with the airport, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
We, got into Bardstown, slammed some dinner quick, and got to,
Scott.
Yeah, Scout Scholar.
got to.
Then we went to a liquor store.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
That just wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
We went to a liquor
Oh, I
store
didn't go there, yeah.
that I learned so much history about. We went to Tiny's.
Was Guthrie there?
Who?
Guthrie was not there.
No, he wasn't there. There was
His regular employee.
Tom Petty looking guy.
Yep.
He was cool, but he was kind of mean to us because he wouldn't negotiate prices with us. He wouldn't negotiate.
Free fall.
Oh my God, he wouldn't negotiate. But I mean, if you're looking for stuff, you know, you're avid listeners to us, and you're wondering like, well, where are these guys getting this stuff from? I mean, Tiny's is a place to go to. If you go to Tiny's and like, you know, have your wallet ready.
Yeah, but hold on a second. Not everything's like that in there too.
Not everything.
Like, we found,
And
at least 2 or 3 places that we found Henry McKenna for $60 down here.
Well,
And I got it then.
Toddy's was one of them, yeah.
yeah.
So I had them, I wasn't,
We bought 2 cases
yeah,
of the group.
yeah, he ain't got me a case of that because, I mean, 60 around us, you're not gonna find it.
No, no. Depending on where you go. I remember when the bottle used to be $35.
So yeah, some of these liquor stores, yes, somewhat museum-like, right, with the prices, but they also have some stuff you can't get in Wisconsin for MSRP.
Correct.
So like the McKenna's, right, you're just not gonna see those down, and if you see those up by us, you're gonna be locking a case and you're gonna be like, done with them.
The other thing is 13th Colony out of Georgia.
Yep.
Found 2 bottles of that right off the bat from you.
Didn't even,
I
yeah,
grabbed 2 as well.
yeah.
And
Yeah, I mean, and I've heard really good things about that, 13 Colony, the double is apparently really good.
Sleeper.
Yeah, I haven't had any of that, that's out of Virginia, right?
No, Georgia.
Oh, it's out of Georgia. Oh, my uncle lives in Georgia.
Good. So, little bottle share.
One call, that's all.
Little bottle share that Wednesday night. Thursday we got up, and said, you know what? Sweet business foods. We, hopped into,
Nizzle.
I didn't have enough in me to, like, he shocked my system.
Keith, yeah.
Mr. Fontaine.
Mr. Fontaine. We got up on Thursday and said, hey, what the heck, we're 45 minutes from Buffalo Trace in Bardstown, let's hammer up the Buffalo Trace again, and they had, Blankies, so, you know, you understand,
My first time there, first time I had Buffalo Trace and I scored a Blanks.
yeah.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
I'm gonna say this much, I don't know everybody understands the Barrel Food Podcast and Blanton's. Taters will take, you know, we did get the bottle because we were able to get it at MSRP. Probably gonna use it as trade bait, probably gonna use it as, you know, other things, you know, be able to trade up 2 different bottles that I might not be able to find birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, that kind of thing with other bourbon novices, but it was cool to see, you know, stacks and stacks of blankets chilling out.
Coming out by the case.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Rolling the carton.
And they did not appear to have any shortage. You know,
Yeah.
There's been days where,
Right, they limit it.
I followed the Facebook group, this Buffalo Trace that day, I recommended that was on here. Buffalo Trace doesn't have them on the website, right? So I think it's just gonna probably be quicker if you want that one.
Right. You don't really want to go through it.
What does that mean about it? Although, Dick Whistler never sent me the list of things.
We know what I know.
That's why I shared it to the group, so Wisco Johnson, I think, actually like helped me to get those, so I guess one of them.
Well,
You get
evidently
one
that's yours
point.
on the end here, buddy, closest to you, right at the end of the
Oh,
thing.
oh, no.
So why don't you crack that one,
I
right?
already opened that one.
You did?
So that's just, you get one positive point. You
Oh,
have a lot of negative points to work off this week.
Yeah.
I'll make sure.
We have,
Yeah, bro, you the
we have
nigga.
evidence.
I'll make sure I.
And this ain't golf.
I'm sorry, bro, man, I got your back, sorry you the negative, man. Why you in the negative, by the way?
It usually takes me a couple days to get there, but I'm good. I failed the class.
It's like,
It was like the first time I
Give it a break.
ever had it. They've been talking about it.
it's like a family vacation, we don't have each other for so long.
Well, all of us, and to be honest with you, too, we all, I mean, it's pretty rare that we put together obviously the podcast, you guys, can get together. They come, actually, you guys came to that, the local event I had at Patio.
Yeah.
We were all, we all kind of, well, not all, I mean, I couldn't go over that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we got Thursday afternoon, we, hopped into, Lebanon, Kentucky, and went to, Limestone Branch. So Limestone Branch, Stephen Dean, master distiller,
Man,
is,
Japanese ninja.
yep, is, kinda cool with two big black chows.
that's what those were?
The other BBC.
The chow.
So whenever you see the chows come in, they're actually Stephen Bean's, personal dog. So whenever you see those chows on campus, Mr. Bean is around. So Limestone Branch, prominently known for Yellowstone bourbon, and, delicious stuff. We had a couple pours of some distillery only releases and some unique, experimental bottles that he had, kind of laying around, but shuffled us into a 2-month-old building, beautiful interior, little kitchenette for cleaning glassware and everything, but it was a single barrel selection. So we got to go to Limestone Branch for a single barrel. And a gentleman with a KFC stash and a charisma and attitude bigger than all the equipment on the table. Mr. Stephen Fontaine was able to, run us through the barrel pitch. Kind of cool, he's a tea sommelier, and tea sommeliers or, tea tasters are, green tea and other teas are much more unique than bourbon, so the nuances are much lighter. So he was able to kind of explain some of the things back and forth with that. He just, had a good time, so he let us through and we were picking, between, I'll leave it all at bay, but we, went from a 112 to 119, 115 to 119.
Did we do that with beer?
No, the fearless, he said, never was another proof, because they don't.
So
They just pulled the sample from it, but it's gonna come out somewhere in the 112 to 118 range.
Fearless commented that they don't do anything higher, that they really have never seen anything higher than like one, like 30, 120.
Well, and that is because they're entry barrel people, so, they,
Interesting.
yeah, they choose to do a lower entry point, entry point than, other distilleries. I believe it was 107, it's a long ball.
Yeah. So that was a great experience. That building was later dedicated as the Stephen Bean tasting room. And ironically, they had Fontaine hang out with a nice little lean-to shelter where Mr. Fontaine, after barrel picks, and then he let people up and enjoy a cigar. And they had a heater there, so obviously a little bit more into it, other than we're pushing 80 degrees down here now. So that was great. But we did the barrel pick, they poured us some more drinks, and handed us cigars, and it was just,
It was really,
Yeah, the
Laid out the red
hospitality,
carpet.
the hospitality was by far over some of the best I've ever experienced with doing the shit that we do.
Yeah, going back to Daryl's thing, they get down to business there, though,
Yeah, they do.
It's still an amazing experience.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool that the layouts there, and, that is.
No, never go.
And same with Yellowstone,
Well,
the Yellowstone,
Limestone branch,
or
yeah.
Limestone, not huge.
I think Griffith would be bigger than limestone.
Oh, no, no, yeah.
What did he say, what, how many barrels a day?
The beers,
Yeah, it wasn't a lot.
5 beers.
No.
It might have been.
Oh, yeah.
It might have been 10 or 12.
Yeah,
Barrels a
very
day
low.
out of pyramid?
Very low, yeah.
That's how many they lay out a day.
Yeah. Cause they only had, I think, 2,000 or 3,000 gallons in this year,
Yeah.
and,
I mean, they,
Limestone only had 1,000
all,
gallons.
all of those could fit in one house. I mean,
Exactly.
you see,
And we walked through rooms and rooms and rooms.
and you wanna talk about, the state of charge. That one room was, new.
The whole building.
That-
Oh, yeah, that whole
bottom,
side of the building.
Yeah, I was really surprised when I talked to Greg, I'm like, oh, they're all, they both all, they're talking about that, he's like, no, they're just doing their acres, so.
Yep.
It's just like they're very much lost.
Well, if you're not walking, you're driving.
I mean, yeah, just, awesome experience at Yellowstone. Again, hospitality amazing, it's kinda out there, right? Like, I mean, it was, what, hour and a half from here, something like that?
Yeah, 11 on the
Yeah.
one.
So,
But we call it
Yeah.
something before that, though. Did we do something before that? Or was that, I know my days are off.
BT, we ran up to BT.
No, ISC. That's the next day. The next day?
We
Yeah.
got your days to follow.
Hey, so, a lot of drinking going on down here.
So before we got to the back and forth, we actually, were thinking about staying down in Lebanon, during, Lebanon, Barstown, area again for the second night. By the time we set up camp, and it's hard to go back and forth, and we didn't know if we were able to cancel the Airbnb, we just said, hey, let's just solidify it, it's only a couple bucks in gas and, a couple hours travel, and I know it'll put you back down in the area, you have to come back and get one of the historic things, so.
and I know it bounced down a little bit, but just to be clear, our first day was.
Yeah, first day here,
So that was Wednesday, and then the second one.
second, and then,
Yeah.
yeah, our third pick went to, or our third day, Travis, third full day here, yesterday. We got up a little bit early, got the ball rolling, headed down to, Kentucky Cooperage, which is owned by Independent State Company. And, walked into their,
That was the chat, right? Yeah. He just happened to be the son of, he's master distiller of our company, and then his son is the barrel guy.
master distiller for,
Or, Buzzard Goose, or Buzzard.
Yes,
Buzzard
Buzzard.
Goose, yeah, and they run out of, Urban Bistro, right, or something. There's some,
The owner.
the owner of
owns it.
Bourbon Bistro, has Buzzard Roots, right?
So, I'll tell you, right, you got distilleries, you got all kinds of stuff going on, and these are, down here, it's like one connection, there's like generations and generations. And this guy's daughter married this guy's son, I mean,
It's royalty, literally royalty.
I mean, they're literally, there's kids born down here, that probably just have
Well,
whiskey going.
You understand they're not born, they're trusted.
They're not holding on.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, just, and you will never, if you have this with fun, you'll never forget that.
I mean, the 12 of us gave it for
We did.
and
And then we tried to.
we don't blame it on the bourbon either, cause it was just a curve of the time. You gotta have a national brand ambassador like that though. Like, you gotta have that exciting, like, you could sell, potato popsicles to freaking.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, let me tell you about this popsicle.
I'll sell more popsicles than your mother's brother. Like, I don't know. It's
So
so,
does that guy just wake up and that's, I mean, like when he's putting his creamer in his coffee, he's like,
get in there, son.
I mean,
got to.
God, it's just.
Sweet schnizzle shit.
I mean, he had like, it was just a complete, like, I had like one drink of me up to that point, and it was just like a shock to my system, you know, and I think I talked a lot, and I got this guy,
I was like, wait, what? And then I was
Well,
like,
in a
oh,
great-
shit.
in a-
Hilarious.
Like, oh shit, this is the way it's gonna be.
It-
You
it
know,
got-
and-
This is how this is gonna
Well,
run.
and you gotta pay attention, you know, just call it.
Yeah.
Like, he's going through some spiel, and he'll just stop and look you dead in the eyes and be like, what do you think, son? Jesus.
D.W. Jack. J.W.
Oh.
This guy's gonna phone him on the bathroom for you, know?
Short bus window liquor.
Yeah. You don't do this, you're a short bus window.
This guy, I mean, we are gonna do our due diligence on getting him up to Wisconsin. I'm sure he has some.
Do
kind of-
not miss.
He already freaking booked his flight there. He was already like, hey, you can do this, and then you got a bourbon club, right? Yeah, so we're gonna do a dinner with your bourbon club, and then you gotta do this, alright. I just gotta talk to my guy, we're in.
The guy carries a football around like one of the presidential, you know, the nuclear codes and shit. And he's gotta bring a bottle of bourbon in, he's got like 16.
Yeah, two
bottles of bourbon, four glasses.
And his goal is actually put a
Cigars.
Colt 45 in the bottom, clips,
Yeah,
and then like put a knife in the box. or
can't wait to
something.
see him judge.
Yeah. that's-
That case, you see the case I brought, I always have problems with that case.
As soon as that thing even, like, the first inch it goes through the metal detector, they're just like, the whole SWAT team is coming.
Yeah, they look at me, they be like, and I'm like, yeah, I know.
Please make me on from Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm like, what's in here? I'm like, they're looking at it, you got like 5 TSA agents looking at this case. So I'm like, I can't open it, so I open it and they see it's cigars in there, they're still looking at it like, it's a foreign object. I'm like, why is this man carrying this big ass case full of cigars?
He's got 2 keys on his phone.
Yeah. Launch codes.
Yeah,
So-
so I know we're talking about the Yellowstone, but it was just, it was definitely the most animated, right?
Yeah.
The whole, it was like you had to just get into it because you didn't have a choice.
Yeah, he was on the money, he was on point, he was like, he was rattling off things, and then the pen that I had didn't work, so I was lost, and the people that were sitting at my table, they didn't know what was going on, so I had copies from them. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, this, it was a good time though.
Yeah, it was
Great time.
So we met, so the owner of Fearless, is he a master distiller? We don't know.
Corky, no,
No.
he has a master's
Okay,
distiller.
but we still hung out with 3 master distillers.
Yeah,
Well, we didn't really see, we saw Steve Nelly, and I know Tyler said I don't.
just-
Yeah, I spoke to him.
Yeah, and he's a master distiller at Barnes Bourbon Company, he also, most of us here attended an event that he had down in Lake Geneva.
Yeah.
Next door pub.
Yep.
Or, yeah, next
Yep,
door.
yep.
So, you wanna talk about an amazing guy too, and we could go, I mean, this is really powerful.
Him and his wife, they're both in the Bourbon Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Both of them.
And he worked for what, Wyoming Whiskey Company, then he worked for Makers.
Makers, I think they're responsible for Makers.
Yeah, I think he had a big part of it.
He had a very large invested interest.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, but again, one of the nicest guys, you know, and him and Greg, of course, are good friends.
Spending 6 years out in Wyoming, first in Wyoming whiskey.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, so, I think my biggest, most humbling moment of the whole trip was, being able to see the barrels being made. I'm gonna say this when we go into ISC and the Cooperage, Kentucky's Cooperage and Independent Stave Company. I already understood, I worked at a feed mill for 6 years, as farmers bringing grain and have got that grain manufactured into horse feed and cow feed and pig feed and all that different stuff. When you get into a factory that went from 170 employees to 450 employees, and they're looking to,
And that's only one of their Cooperages.
That's only-
They have at least 5 or something, and they have all the sawmills
and then they have the stave mills that bring
and.
the rough,
Yeah.
they bring that rough material to the cooperage lets that stuff dry age for 12 days. It's for 18 months, whatever, to get that down, and the whole industry of making barrels for whiskey, for bourbon, it's an industry.
It's an art and a specialized craft, right? I mean, there's a lot of manual labor going on at that place. We're talking, you've never seen so much machinery in there.
Right.
Just, and every person had their, and they are very strict on quality standards there, like they have to stamp their initials on every single one or some sort of identifier.
Yep.
And like literally, if one thing goes wrong with whatever they're producing gets rejected, they don't get paid for it.
They don't get paid for it.
So they're on piecework at these places.
Right.
It's not working.
And it's all synchronous.
When there's a
Right.
defect, you watch that little ticker board, you can watch that, defect count go up on there.
It's public knowledge for everybody to see how everybody's doing these things.
The coolest
that's
thing was, they started work at 6 o'clock that Friday, and they were done for work for a week at 10, because they reached their
They
quota.
hit their quota, yep.
So, yeah,
And
so
it's
they normally run five days a week, 20 hours a day.
So 2 shifts.
It's 2 shifts, 2 tens.
Yeah.
And it's not like you can work overtime. You know, it's an assembly line where everybody has to commit to being at every station to make everything work.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's, I think that's why they probably have multiple stations, so I think one of them can just, shut down. But if that guy that's doing the grill, putting those rings on, there was only one of those guys, so like, or was it one?
It was a multi-line.
It had to be like 4 of them, we just wanted one.
There was, so,
The place is so big.
after you look at it, there was 2 to 3 people doing every task. Minus charring the barrels, cause they char barrels at 6 at a time. But there were headers and the entire process was awesome, it was super exciting. Definitely one of those unicorn tours. You're not gonna be able to, you're not gonna be able to do the tour that we did, but they do tours. I would highly, highly recommend the Bourbon Novice through the Bourbon Pro, go and check out these barrels.
And it's right by Bardstown.
And it's near Bardstown, 20 minutes away from Bardstown, and if you don't go to ISC, there is Brown Foreman's, Cooper's, there is Kelvin. I don't know that Kelvin does tours, but Kelvin,
right there.
yeah, but you take a trip to Lebanon, you're not too far away from Baker's Mark, you're not too far away from Limestone Ranch, you're not too far away from ISC.
And soon
There are tons.
Jefferson.
But
Jefferson's
but
there.
you know what bourbon time? Everybody can't go to ISC.
Yeah, they do.
Everybody can.
They can
Well, they do,
tours.
they do tours.
They don't do
I
the
don't
tours
think
in our
they did like
capacity.
we did. You know what I mean, like, we saw like absolutely everything.
We saw everything, we saw stuff
The
that was.
climbing on the machine,
Yeah,
Right.
we're climbing in and
Yeah,
out.
We had
Couldn't take
all
any
that.
pictures. Remember, we couldn't.
Right, only 3 pictures you could see, only 3.
If we had to ask if we could take a picture, and there was a couple of it, Steam Tunnel with their logo, really cool picture. The flame area where they're charring barrels, really cool picture. But really otherwise, they've got a little tiny metal machine shop in the middle making the boots. You've got a wood shop on the one side creating the rough section. You've got the kind of fine wood set, you've got mechanical equipment. You've got people supervising, you've got that structure and,
Joiners, they're joiners, but
Yeah.
I found,
Yeah.
I found it very interesting, the barrel thing, right?
yep,
Like how, when they're building, they grab all these staves, and these guys are, and gals, those gals,
yep.
just absolutely amazing, so this laser shoots out from above them.
21 and a quarter.
21 1/4 inches circumference, and this laser goes down, so they have to grab these staves, and they also get graded on how much weight they have too.
Yep.
So, the goal is, well, first of all, it's 100% like, they use all their own, like, they use the sawdust, and they use the cut ends and everything else for the boilers, for all the heat and
The
steam and
input,
everything.
yep.
So, really, really cool that way, but these guys and gals are graded on the amount of waste. And it's just amazing, so this laser comes down.
They're grading on everything.
They put all these staves together to make this barrel head, so of course they're all, it's like a square when it comes out basically. And then, this other machine like clamps them back together then, and they're all like.
Presses them.
Yeah, it's tons.
No, it's no adhesive.
It's a
all-
bevel.
It's a
It's a
basket.
groove, it's a groove.
But this hydraulic machine comes and presses it so hard that it just attaches. And I mean, it just locks in.
bonds without any adhesive.
Yeah.
There's no glue, the only thing they use is a water soluble sealant around the exterior of the barrel, and they use
Yep.
a paraffin wax to get the barrel head to seal with the
There
barrel.
was literally one guy with a face like, I'm talking not high tech here, you know, glad and all over.
No, you good, I mean, I love what you talked about, this whole trip has been absolutely amazing.
I mean, again, it could be, it could honestly be a podcast about teaching. Cause that's how long, you know.
I think the coolest part is as green as they've gone for as ancient of a technique as it is. They had a new line that they're simplifying the task because the machine is doing essentially two parts instead of the single part. But that machine, they're not planning to get rid of people, they're gonna now use those people in other areas.
And
So
they're
instead of
making it more
efficient.
yeah, more efficient and more ergonomic.
Yep.
Environmentally friendly?
No, so they're not hurt straight in the back.
Ergonomics.
Ergonomics, yeah.
Yep. So the general mechanics, day-to-day, the preventative maintenance, the fleet, the facilities management of that, you've got lines and lines of different things that are going on, and everything is working like a well-oiled machine.
Hoops are, the rings are over your head.
Oh, man.
And then the return for them big rings.
Yep.
I just wanted to grab onto those rings and just let it pull me through the plant.
You'll be both.
That whole setup.
And if they found a defect in the barrel, they had Coopers to go fix that single barrel. So there was a replacement of a stave, and they still ran that barrel down.
I had zero idea about those little cedar things.
Yeah,
No
that was
kidding.
cool.
Those like wedges things that they fix the barrels with to help seal them.
Yep.
So they make this mark and then they found this cedar.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a little wedge.
Little wedge.
I thought it was like a little rubber, like you,
Yeah.
like a
It looked like
Well, that's
pen-
what-
pencil eraser.
Well, that's what it looks like, because cedar usually is like got that reddish tint, but it
Yeah.
almost did look like a pencil eraser. And
Yeah.
all different kinds, so we got to grab the right one, we got the barrel right, and boom. And then, also, if you ever see in barrels, shotgun barrels, from ISC, that's defects that were fixed, so you can kinda, I don't think they get rid of that. I mean, oh, well, we've seen that
Oh,
Bardstown,
that's it.
we've seen that Bardstown Brewing Company, we've seen on the barrels, cause Bardstown uses a lot of ISC, barrels, so, just absolutely amazing, it's something that none of us had ever seen. We've actually, I've watched videos on TV, and all that stuff, you can't match.
Can't comprehend.
You can't comprehend it, you can't get the smells and feel the heat, the steam, the smoke. I mean, we all smelled like charcoal after.
We all smelled like firefighters, man.
It smelled so
He
good.
said we would, but I'm like, dude, you
No,
got no
our
idea.
vehicle did.
I got blasted right in the face.
I'm like, you have no idea where I work.
Pause.
Oh, geez. Yeah, dude, that's a major pause. Major. Last little bit, like.
Alright. Yeah, what's even more of a pause, what those guys in the kitchen are doing all over.
Yeah, what you guys doing?
You're no
It
fun
was cool to see.
He said he got
It was
blasted.
cool to see the TV screens around.
Skate, skate.
They had a weekly quota of 10,000 barrels, and our tour started at 9 o'clock. At about 9:45, they were at like 9,700, 9,800
Is that
barrels.
what it is? Well,
They made-
that
was for the week.
number changes too.
Yeah.
If they were making makers, they
10,000 a week or 10,000?
It was making
No, that was 10,000 for that week.
A week.
all those barrels.
they were making barrels from makers.
Right.
Yeah, that's also another good point, because each distillery or, has a different what they want char and they want, but they don't toast the barrels like that.
So at this facility, they only do a char, so that's, okay, I want to toast on the barrel mounts and all that, so probably a little bit different process, but very similar equipment that they have, so. It was a great experience.
It is, and I don't want to take away. I don't want to take away from anybody, but I just want to touch on my experience being here. The second time because I missed out last year. You guys. I knew about one pig, but you added 2 more, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, from the experiences that I've had, going to many different distilleries. I've never been to Buffalo Trace, even though I drink them, everybody drinks it, we all know it's the number one go-to, probably the number one distillery, maybe, I'm not sure, but a lot of people just lose their mind out of, for Buffalo Trace. But for the first time, we visit Buffalo Trace and, you know, they have blankets that day, I pull blankets, and then I go back the next day, I get it, you know, a little rare. You know, I mean, this trip has just been out of this world, you know, being around, you know, all you guys, and, you know, I'm having fun. Smoking cigars, drinking lots of bourbon that you see behind us. I mean, there's much more bourbon in the rooms or right over here. I mean, we're just having.
We can go buy some more from the neighbor too.
Oh, no, don't bring that. They're gonna start talking about it. Too late now, Lord. You know.
That's a whole other podcast.
They don't know. They don't know who the neighbor is.
Hey, you want me to go get them? Friday back for dinner.
So the biggest reason, we were able to do the ISC tour was,
Go check it out.
our friend,
I wasn't
Greg
invited
Schneider
there,
from
so I
Chicken
don't
Cup.
know.
So, Greg set that private tour
I
up
wasn't
with us,
invited there, so I don't know.
great relationship. And, we came right over to Bardstown, to Bardstown Bourbon Company.
Before you talk about that, before you talk about that, I'm gonna cut you off. We have, I mean, I don't know how long we're going here, but we have a lot to talk
10
about.
more minutes,
But,
10 more minutes.
bruh,
10 more minutes.
That's stuff to cover, let's go.
right, visiting ISC, did it make you have more appreciation for what we drink daily?
I don't know how.
What goes into it, how many hands are involved?
These guys take pride.
It made me appreciate bourbon even more than what I already have.
And make other people think about that.
Well,
Comment.
and think about the experiences we had this weekend. I mean, it was the overall, right? It was from grain to bear, like, the whole process. I mean, the only thing we didn't see is the bottom line was run. I mean, you see inside of them, they don't always run every day of the week, but, BB, and then we got really lucky too, because, Bardstown Bourbon Company, and Greg took us on our tour, they were filling those barrels, remember? And
Yep.
They,
Yep.
you wonder if they knew that our tour, or you think it was just not for the
No,
Just
it's just.
Oh,
it was just time.
Well, it's a whole process, they gotta get the guy a little bit, you know, to work on that,
Right.
automatic blower, then they got the guys putting in the semis, and like, they don't have room to keep all of this stuff in an area. They literally get it out and it's gone, it's on its way to the.
They
the-
pull it,
They only have so many cisterns, they only have so many barrels
Yeah,
on
and the
site.
distilleries are waiting for these barrels, I mean, they need those barrels, you know.
They pull a semi truck up with empty barrels, and they're loading another one. And, I mean, just makes them loose a horseshoe and it's right back up.
And wouldn't you imagine then, we didn't even talk about that, those guys go to the Rick House and get put in there now. I
Right.
mean, those don't just sit on a.
Is this drinkable?
Yeah.
It's very drinkable.
No, like, does this belong to somebody?
Yeah,
So-
next to you.
So Tyler, get to the last barrel pick, right, I mean, we're
Yeah,
kinda
so
talking about.
We've,
Then we'll make it
we've
to
been,
Sam if you don't finish.
we've been really blessed to,
Finish.
we've been really blessed to, have Greg and a great relationship, and he's been up to Wisconsin a few times, and now we've been down to Kentucky a few times, and
Shannon too.
Shannon's been awesome. Everybody in the Chicken Cock family. Greg took us on another tour. I think probably 50% of the folks had not been to PVC, or had not gone through that tour, so Greg was able to run through the 10,000-foot view, and we're able to get us some limited access. And, just in perspective, Bardstown Bourbon Company has 12 to 14,000 gallon fermenters, where Peerless has maybe 5,000. I'm thinking probably closer to 3,000, and Limestone Branch has 1,000 gallon fermenters.
Yeah,
And then
So-
multiply it by how many?
just,
And we walked through 3 large buildings of fermenters,
And-
so
and
there's
just-
probably 9 to 12,
just the scale.
there's probably 12 to fermenters in each building. And, just huge, absolutely incredible. Contract distilling for XYZ brands, their own distillate, their own process.
I think that was a great name up on there, whiskey on the.
Yeah.
No, it was something, whiskey.
Whiskey
Yeah.
advocates.
Advocates, yeah, that was just funny, because sometimes Bardstown
Yep,
don't want people
yep.
to know where they're getting their stuff, you
Little
know, like on
anonymous.
sewers and stuff, so
Right.
they have them just put a, whatever
Yep.
name they want on the whiteboard there.
That's for another episode.
Yep.
This Penelope Rio. Oh. Wow.
So, Greg took us to a new building that wasn't even open last year, to the bottom line. Upscale, modern, deco, I don't even know how to call Bardstown vibe.
Well, everything at, Bardstown is just ultra modern.
Yeah.
Everything all glass, like,
Yep.
I mean, just
So,
completely different than any other place that we've ever done.
we were shuttled up to their kind of big upstairs conference room overseeing the bottling line, so really cool, area. The rest of the group thinking that we're going to just do a progressive tasting or a tasting. Burn. Another barrel pick of a 6-year, and it will be 6 years when it gets bottled, but a 6-year chicken cock, and I think it was what, 128?
128, yeah.
There was a couple.
128-ish, I think the pick that we ended up going through, each of them, same batch, same barrel number-ish,
Pretty
you know,
close, yeah.
within
Close.
like 100. Like it was essentially the same batch. 6-year-old distillate, Greg Schneider's own distillate, delicious.
It's like,
Every single one of them were caramel bombs. You can understand when he talks about the vanillin and the toasting with a medium toast and a number 3 char. You can understand that toasting in that wood. You get that red line a little bit farther, you know, a little bit deeper into that wood. You get that maturation rolled a little bit better. Just absolutely delicious.
and the
So-
juices, you can't even see through it, it's dark.
and it's dark. It's dark.
And, really cool thing too about this particular barrel, I think there's only 20 of these barrels of this 6-year, that's gonna be released in the entire country.
And Wisconsin gets one there.
We don't know that for sure yet, but,
That is, when I talked to Shanna, she's
Might be.
saying it's that, but they're not too sure.
yeah, so, that's the cool thing too, we don't call distributors necessarily to set up picks, we just call, National Distiller Chicken Cock and be like, it's like, oh yeah, just get a hold of Shannon, she'll take care of it. So, Shannon's also pretty much, she got promoted too, so she's, minimum regional now for, Spring Barrel. So, she's always been very good to us too, and then we got hooked up with Greg. Greg's a personal friend of ours, like, I mean, legitimate, he loves us, and we just love what he does, and he's so gracious.
Yeah.
You know, some of these old time guys that have been in the industry, I think Greg's been in the industry 40-some years, right?
Yeah.
He worked at, Seagram's, and he's done everything.
Yeah.
He's one of the 3 people in my life I let call me Dario.
That means a lot, obviously.
Thanks, Jerry.
But, yeah, so that kind of concluded our picks, right?
Yep.
And then, today we just kind of hung out, right? I mean,
Yeah, hung
Yeah.
out.
Oh, no, we scored some this morning.
Oh, yeah, you guys.
Yeah, you better talk about that bottle on you.
Well, you know,
I did, you
La-
guys have somebody else.
last night, of course, Evan Hill, hosted something that,
They did.
like about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that they're gonna put on the, Old Fitz, 13-year-old. And,
25th anniversary.
25th anniversary, and it's like, there are people like waiting in line already. And they release 60 to 120 bottles. Usually they release 60 to 120 bottles of this in a special release. And they said they had about 250 people in line at 11:50 last night, and they were camping out. And I thought, sure, no one in their right mind is gonna have any bottles of Marmot, just meeting this morning.
And we're guessing that people stay overnight there.
Oh, absolutely, they camped overnight, in a camp chair, in line. So it's like, also, Ray was, in our group, looked online, and they said, they still have a lot of wristbands. And that was at what, 8:45 AM, I said, all right, let's go, book up, let's go, roll.
And unfortunately, most of us here.
And everybody was hungover, most people were hungover.
I got nothing better to do, let's go.
But there were 4 of us that decided to book out and take a chance.
And
By
you
the
got
time
that.
we got there and got in line, all of a sudden they ran out of wristbands.
Which is, the wristbands are what they would put on people to give them, right, because they have so many wristbands.
So many wristbands in
bottles.
line, so many bottles, and, you know, Joe made a comment, and I had the same thought process a couple of years ago, stay in line, because you never know what they have.
That was great.
That was the smartest thing, because, by standing in line, we were able to, not have a wristband, get in line and get this allocated bottle, without even showing the IDs. So,
Yeah.
And we didn't have to kill them.
Amazing, absolutely amazing experience for you guys.
for this bottle to go, what was it, about $2.45, out the door with tax?
Something like that.
And, you know, for four of us to score, that's great. And you know what? They may have something tomorrow.
Yeah, and they
We have no
do these, and
Based on a comment made from one of the clerks, it's like,
that-
we're out of wristbands today, come back tomorrow, try again tomorrow.
And what's interesting is you guys tried to go there, what day,
Thursday.
Thursday very
They
early in
didn't
the
have
morning
anything.
too, and they.
Was it Thursday?
Yeah, nothing, yeah,
They-
Thursday
they just
morning.
said
That
they're
makes
not
sense-
doing-
that makes
they're not
sense
doing
now.
anything. And last year when we did, they had I'm sorry.
Elijah Craig, Renee, yeah.
Which is, 375, that's, it's barrel aged in beer barrels, right? I mean, it's bourbon that's aged in beer.
I know you talked about that might be for another episode too, to see how that goes, 'cause, you know, a bunch of us like bourbon aged beers.
We still have to
So,
say.
They do, I don't like it the other way around when I tried it, I've done the bar, it's not one ever, they did a founders one ever.
The KBS.
KBS.
That's what my,
KBS is pretty good.
thank you,
Oh, that was
Cam Tech.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry,
my favorite.
it was Kentucky Bourbon Stout, right?
Yeah.
That's what the barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I just,
that's a good one. I know you say, again, I'm not judging you or disliking you for it, this just goes to show, this is why we do what we do with this podcast, we get together and drink.
absolutely.
Everybody has different palates.
Well, what's cool is even if you don't like something, there's a good chance that if, you know, like Ty or Joe or anybody else, Dario likes, something that you don't like and he brings it, I'm gonna still probably take a sample of it because I can have it, I probably would never buy that because I think I'm not gonna like it, but everyone's a little different. You know, and everybody's got a different, flavor profile that they enjoy the best, you know? These guys are all hazmat people and.
So before we sign off, there's a group of us that, we'll gamble a flip of the coin to determine whether we go back to
Tomorrow morning.
Evan Hill in the morning and
Tomorrow
see
morning.
what BT has. If BT has the EHT, we'll head up there.
Then you-
Then we're gonna be heading home.
Then you
Yeah.
get everything, yeah.
Yep,
So we've had such a great week.
yes, this has been.
A lot of brotherhood, sisterhood here.
You know,
And,
and yeah, my favorite thing of the whole trip so far is seeing people's faces when they realize that we're doing these picks, you know what I mean?
Did you see my face yesterday when I realized we were doing a chicken cock grill thing? I was like, whoa, you motherfucker.
And we actually, we were close to setting up actually 2 more picks when we were down here too, we couldn't make it. We just couldn't, we didn't have the time. Like, we had to have at least one day where we can, next year. I'm scheduled to pick every day because what happened to me last night, I got hurt bad.
They took your,
That was
they took your radio,
self-inflicted.
bro.
that was self-inflicted.
They had to take my
They
speaker.
took your speaker. You on
So,
timeout.
Yeah,
We do have some damage control video.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that on the download for year next year.
Yeah, that's gonna be B-roll because, you know, like I said, we're live. You know, we're broadcasting live here on, YouTube. We're down in Louisville, Kentucky at the Airbnb that we're at. You see bottles behind us. You got Thunder over Louisville getting ready. That's been going on all day.
All day. And the fireworks.
We left it today and
Nationwide best fireworks show.
Which is gonna start in 1 minute and then
Fireworks, are they going already?
They start at 9:30.
Oh, 1 minute? Okay.
What's the countdown, bro? What's the countdown?
1 minute.
Time.
So,
45 seconds.
so let's not interrupt any further to do.
40 seconds.
40
So, let's shout out to, everybody listening to BPP tonight, and to Whistle Bourbon Club, and to our trip here, and,
to next year.
your fries.
Thanks, guys, for going.
Keep those lanterns filled,
I don't have
and those
anything.
cigars
Thanks
lit.
for letting me.
I don't have anything.
But that's a penalty.
You're a dick.
Season
No,
one
you didn't.
penalty.
You heard me the first time.
Bro,
Oh, I get it. You got me. 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 For the next episode. You're gonna hear some interesting things.
all right, here we go, folks.
Let's close out.
Good night. Have a blessed weekend. Ciao.
We're gonna try to save some good stuff, so if you guys have.